Yo, what's up dudes? It's your boy Demised here with another video for you today. We are doing a video on a VGC team that I'm running on Pokemon Sword and Shield. As you can see on the screen, it's a very meme-ish looking team running a Whisperscott, a Yveltal, Politoed, Regice, Tapu Koko, and a Nidoking. So I have not yet tested this Nidoking in a battle. I literally made the Pokemon yesterday. So we're going to test it out right now, and we're going to see what this bad boy brings to the table and whether or not this team can be used viably to climb up through the ranks. If not, it's just a meme team and we're just going to have a bit of fun, so let's give it a crack, shall we? I'm in Great Ball tier. Yes, I've got 22 losses to my 12 wins. That's what happens when you test out all these non-meta teams that generally aren't meant to win. So let's see if the thought process and the strategy behind this can actually be utilized in a way that it can give us points, it can give us ranks, it can give us whatever we want to gain. So the general consensus with this Nidoking is that you would like to either Dynamax it first turn and run it with Whisperscott and get off Tailwind, and you would like to ensure that you're using either your stab move, which is Max Ooze, or your special defense boosting Earth move. That allows your Nidoking to basically bulk up, or you could basically bulk up your special attacking moves, but we need to kind of work out what do we think they're going to lead and then lead from there. The alternative is you can also run the Politoed for the Rain Dance in the back to cancel out, say, Tall Cold players, people that like to set up Sun, all that sort of jazz. Regice has been working really well for me lately too, so I'm thinking this game, personally, I'm going to lead probably Regice. They could set up Lapras here, they could set up Whisperscott, Tyranitar. There's a lot of different variants I could do. They've got the Corviknight there as well. So our team's really random. We could even go, I think we could even lead the Nidoking. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking we just leave it like this. We'll just go Nidoking in the front with Whisperscott. We run Regice in the back. And then I think our best bet here to take out, we've got Lapras, which the Nidoking I think will deal with fine. We don't really need the Politoed in this case, I don't think. So it's either Yveltal or the Tapu Koko in the final stages. Tapu Koko is probably decent against maybe the Corviknight, the Yveltal, and the Lapras. And the Yveltal's got the foul play in that for the Tyranitar and the Snarl as well. So I think in this case, we're going to have to take, I think we take the Yveltal. Let's take the Yveltal this time. Let's see what these guys could do. So, like I said, this is the first battle with the Nidoking. Hopefully he doesn't do too bad. Wish me luck, guys. Let's get straight into it. Against the Wailord, Dancing Queen. Dancing Queen. Alright. Enough of that jazz. Let's do it. What's he leading with? He's leading with the Corviknight and the Raichu. Interesting. Right, so we can't hit the Corviknight with the Nidoking. However, we could probably smack this Raichu. Could be sashed. Or we can even just Sludge Wave first turn. Oh no effect on him as well. Okay, that's a bit of a ripperonis. I think we just smack this Raichu. And we just get off Tailwind for now. I think that's the play. The Corviknight just wants to basically bulk up anyway. Alright, let's see what this bad boy can do. We can always use Fire Blast on the Corviknight afterwards. This is why the Nidoking's like really good. It's got really good moves. Hitting with Rifle with Shift Force as well. So we'll see how this bad boy goes. It's so good seeing a Pokemon that's not meta. Like, straight off the bat. I love it. Oh, we've got the Fake Out off, so I'm not going to get the Tailwind. That's okay. I'm still faster. Definitely faster than the Corviknight for that case. Let's see what we do. Big Max Quake, and that's a Focus Sash Raichu, which is awesome. I will get off Tailwind next turn, and this Corviknight will probably, let's see what it does. Let's see what the Corviknight does. That gets a Brave Bird off, and unfortunately my Whisperscott probably does here. Yes, it does, because guess what? It's Focus Sashed, and because of the Fake Out Raichu that I didn't take into consideration has now put me in a bit of a pickle. So now we could probably lead Yveltal, and I mean, we could even just go straight into the Icy Wind, the Icy Wind Regice, because they do not do anything to me at this point, whereas the Raichu could still hit the Yveltal. So the Icy Wind will take out the Raichu, and this way I can use Fire Blast straight into the Corviknight. We'll hit this guy like so, and then we'll Icy Wind them, and that should secure the two Pokemon fainting at this point. Let's see what this guy's going to do, guys. I do not know him. He hasn't got Fake Out. He could switch out this Raichu right now. If he switches the Raichu out, then the Icy Wind will slow down the Pokemon that is getting brought in. Corviknight is already slow, so we're just hoping that this Nidoking does enough damage to beat it. Oh, got the Charm, interesting. That's okay, it is not a physical attacker, it is a special attacker, so thank you very much for that. And goodbye, Corviknight. That is the best thing about running this Nidoking, is most people would assume that the Nidoking is a physical attacker, but it's actually a special attacker. And that is why I made it this way. and that takes out 2 of their Pokemon. So in the Dynamaxing turn, we've taken that 2. However, they still have a Dynamaxing Pokemon, so we need to consider big time what we want to do here. We either need to start bulking a little bit more. We can do some really big damage while Nidoking is in his Dynamaxing form, or we can basically go for another Max Quake, or we can even try and buff his special attack and try and go for Scorching Sands. Alright, so Sandstream is up. This is a good question. I'd probably say Max Quake is the play here, I think. The Lapras could still go for Veil. So if she goes for Veil here, this will cancel out the Sandstorm anyway. But I think, so we've got a physical attacker and a special attacker. I'm just trying to think how we want to play this. We can go for the Max Ooze and start buffing our special attack as well on the Regias and Nidoking. But if this Tyranitar does D-Max, then we're in a lot of trouble. I think we just played safe. We're going to go Max Quake into him, and I think we just Icy Wind. We're just going to Icy Wind, we're going to slow them down big time. I'm pretty sure he's going to Dynamax the Tyranitar here. That's, I mean, like, why else would you run it with Lapras? I mean, Lapras could Dynamax and go for Veil, but then, was that right? Nope, the Lapras is going for Veil. Okay, so Lapras in the back, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, going for the special defensive buff is still fine because Lapras is a special attacker. So going for this move is fun. Tyranitar does take a fair bit of damage. So that's 2 special defense buffs now on the Nidoking, and another one on the Regias, which doesn't need it, guys. The Regias has got a really high base special offensive start. Nidoking does take a big hit there, though, unfortunately. And here comes the the Aurora Veil on the G-Max Resonance. But Nidoking is really tanky, which is why he tanked that move like a boss. And now we can definitely debuff them, which will allow me to... So basically, we know they don't need to be any slower, so now we've got to go for something else at this point. I just realized too that G-Max Resonance doesn't actually get rid of Sandstorm, so it gives the Tyranitar a decent buff. Being a rock type, its special defensive buff's actually quite strong now. I'm just trying to work out what is the most effective play here. I think we just go Scorching Sands into this guy here. What have we got in the back? So we got a Yveltal. Is the Yveltal going to kill off this? That is a good question. Thunder is too risky at this point. Zap Cannon is super risky at this point. I definitely don't think that they outspeed the Yveltal, so I think we're just going to go hit this Tyranitar. Let's see what happens here. Unfortunately, it doesn't get the burn. I do get the flash off, which is nice though. This Tyranitar is super bulky, unfortunately. So Nidoking goes down. He could go for Rock Slide, I believe. We'll see. G-Max Resonance? Is this a Choice Scarf? No, it wouldn't be. Alright, so it does nothing to the Regias, which is good. So I think we just go for the Flash Cannon again. Now that I outspeed the Tyranitar, we'll just get rid of him. However, he could also go for a... Okay, so the issue with this is now that the Resonance of the Yveltal is going to hit pretty hard. So I could go for a Snarl here, I think, is probably the play. We want to weaken this Lapras's special attack down as much as possible. And I think we just go for the Flash Cannon again on the Tyranitar and just see what happens here. It's still going to hit my Yveltal pretty hard, unfortunately, but let's see what happens. And he still lives. He's got a really high special defensive stat at the moment. Bummer. Okay, that's a very big bummer. Okay, guys, this is not looking too good now. The Tyranitar is taking a lot of damage at this point in time, and Veil, unfortunately, is just really hard to break through. So we could go for the Snarl again, but unfortunately the Snarl's just not doing that much damage at all, especially with this Veil up in the Lapras. We could keep debuffing the Lapras though and just trying to buy time. We'll see what we can do now. I don't know if he's in range. I mean, now that we know that Lapras doesn't hit me hard, I could probably just Oblivion Wing. Oh, it's so hard to decide here. It's it doesn't actually do a lot of damage to him either. Because he could hit me really hard. I need to ensure that I kill him, so I'm thinking maybe just foul playing him. And then we just foul play this guy, and then we hit the Lapras afterwards, I think. Okay, that's good. So we get rid of him. So he can't do too much on me. I think the Lapras doesn't hit as hard, but we'll see. Alright, that's good. So now we can probably just Oblivion Wing him. And I'm hoping this Royal goes down soon. We definitely outspeed, which is fun. Basically, we just want to sustain, or we can keep sitting here using Snarl, but I think we need to hit him with Oblivion Wing and start getting some sort of HP back. We can still finish this game on a win, guys. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Yvel. Use that Oblivion Wing. What have you got, buddy? Nice, we do a little bit of damage. We heal back up. It's all about trying to get to sustain down at this point. Like, I'm trying to see if I can out-sustain his freeze throw at this point. He's trying to go for the freeze. The sandstorm subsided, which is good. And the Roar of Valor's gone. That is brilliant. So now we can start hitting him for Oblivion Wing again. Let's try and get this game in the bag. Has he got Protect? Has this Lapras got Protect? Because I'm just going to keep healing myself back up each time. It's a decent chunk of HP. And I think... Alright, he's really going for this freeze now, man. He's really going for this freeze. Come on, guys. Don't freeze. Yes! I think that's game in the bag. GG's! Yveltal clutches the win. Nidoking does his job at the very start. And I think this will basically take him out with Oblivion Wing to finish this game off. And climb me up the ranks. And it does. That's how it's done, dudes and dudettes. Yveltal clutching once again in the back line. That's what I like to see. Goodbye, Lapras. Sayonara. And you defeated that person. The Wailord loses, guys. The Wailord always loses. Just remember that. So let's get into the next battle and see what it can produce. Alright, guys, so we've got a team here. We're versing the Owl. We're versing a Drapion Kingdra, which looks like a Rain Dance team. Dusknoir, Rayquaza, and a Talonflame. So this is an interesting set. We've got the Rayquaza, which is probably there to set to cancel out probably the Politoed's Rain Dance. So I don't think we need to bring Politoed at this point in time. I'm pretty comfortable to probably lead Tapu Koko with Electric Terrain. We could probably, with the Whisper Scott, and we could run maybe Nidoking in the back. I don't really know if there's any need for Yveltal this game, so we could probably go the Regice again. I don't think that... I mean, they got the Talonflame, but I think we should be okay. So let's just give that a go. Issue here, though, is if they do bring the Talonflame, we bring the Regice and the Whisper Scott, that's going to be a bit of trouble, but we have got Tapu Koko, so we can always try and keep him alive to take out Talonflame. Alright, let's see what he's going to pick. 30 seconds. I actually picked that team really quickly for once. Kind of want to try and take this Nidoking as much as possible. Want to see what this Pokemon can do, what its potential is, and whether or not it's viable in the current VGC meta. But we'll see. We will see. I wouldn't say the meta, actually. I'd just say, like, generally in VGC speaking, like, can it take on other meta Pokemon? So these are Pokemon that I haven't really familiarized myself with, which is good. I've been finding that I've been versing a lot of Regielekis and Pokemon like that, so it's nice to see people actually trying something different. So they're leading with the Rain Dance team, which is good. And we're going to lead Tapu Koko, and we're going to try and smack this Kingdra. Or Seadra. Okay, Seadra? No, it's Kingdra, I think it is. It's super, super fast. Politoed, shiny, with the Rain Dance, I believe. Let's see what happens here. And there's Drizzle. Alright. So we can always just Dynamax and Max Lightning. Oh, it's not even... Okay, so it's super effective on the Politoed, but the Kingdra, that's interesting, actually. I never actually realized that. Now, I believe, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna have a quickly, before this move time runs out, let's have a look for Kingdra. That's Water and Dragon. They can be built two different ways. I think we just Thunder Punch Politoed, and we get up Tailwind. I think that's the way to go about this. We need to ensure that the people after that are actually going to outspeed Kingdra. So this Politoed just assumes it's going to get smacked, which probably could be the case. Mr. Scott, Tailwind, nice. Politoed takes a hit, goes down. Politoed's really high special defensive Pokemon, so physical damaging Tapu Koko is really nice. Damn.
Bruh.
Alright, I was not expecting that whatsoever, unfortunately. That's fine. We can now bring out the Regice with the Zap Cannon and Thunder, which should both hit. But I've also got the Ice move, which would be probably super effective against his. Oh, he knows that the Talonflame too. This is a big, big trouble, that one there. I think this Talonflame actually hits me first. And the Ice Beam actually does nothing to this Kingdra for super effective. And now the Kingdra is a bit of a questionable one now. I think we'll just Moonblast this Kingdra. We're going to tank this Whisper Scott, and we're going to bring the Nidoking out afterwards. Nope, it gets outsped. That's right, because it'll probably have Gale Wings, won't it? So Gale Wings, Talonflame takes out this Whisper Scott, unfortunately. Muddy Water. Shouldn't do that much damage, surely. Wow, it actually does a crap load of damage, considering. So now the Talonflame doesn't have full HP, so we cannot utilize that ability. Speed drops, and so does the Kingdra. Now I think we just come out with this Nidoking, and we need to start smacking it big time. So I'm pretty sure the Kingdra could be a special attacker. So let's just go for the Dynam... Okay, we want to probably Thunder this Talonflame, and we want to Dynamax. And I'm assuming we want to probably... Do we want to max Ooze here? I think we need to max Ooze. It'll be a stab move, poison typing. Let's see what happens. So we've slowed him down last turn. Nidoking's speed may be enough to outspeed this Kingdra. We'll see. We're going for the Dynamax. I don't know if he's going to Dynamax this Pokemon that's in the back. Man, that is a loud Nidoking. Max Ooze comes off, that's good. Kendra is actually quite tanky, which is interesting. Buffing the special attack on the Regice, so he should one-hit this Talonflame now, which is good. That's what I like to see. Get rid of him. So now we'll have the Muddy Water from Kingdra. My Nidoking avoided the attack. That is super PogChamp. Regice still takes a big hit though. So we really got to start thinking about what his next Pokemon's going to be. Is he going to Dynamax this Kingdra? Or is he going to Dynamax the Dusknoir? Now that Dusknoir is... That's not what I was expecting. But, you know what? I think we just go for the Icy Wind again. I mean, I think we outspeed 100% now anyway. I don't know if Thunder is going to kill him off though. That's what I'm worried about. I think we just Thunder the Kingdra and Max Phantasm this Dusknoir. Because I do have a Ghost type move, which works really well. It's not a Stab type move, but we'll see. Is he Dynamaxing the Kingdra though? If he is, then I'm in a bit of trouble. Nope, he's going for the Dusknoir. Which kind of works out for me too with the Nidoking. I just hope that he's not sashed and I can just hit him once and take him out and obliterate him. We're about to find out. Ooh, okay, not enough. So he is pretty tanky still though. Unfortunately, both our Pokemon are special attackers. Ooh, it's got weakness policy though. That is not what I was expecting. That's a huge yikes. I should have kept that in consideration. Kendra is gone. That's really good though. And he's got Max Quake. That's probably gonna hurt. No, that's not what I want to see. That's not what I want to see, guys. Special defense buff now. Nidoking goes down. Can this Regice clutch it out? I'm not sure. My team's Tailwind petered out as well, which is unfortunate. My Regice is 100% slower than this thing. I've got 27 HP. This ain't looking good, guys. I don't think I outspeed this thing. I'm pretty confident that he outspeeds me. Oh, nope. No, the Thunder's not enough. Get the Paralyze! Alright, here we go. Come on. No, he doesn't get off the Paralysis. And that is the end of the game. That was a close game, though. This Regice has been doing some serious work for me, guys. Really cool Pokemon to use in the current VGC 2021. Yeah, that's a pretty close battle. I was not expecting to see a weakness policy. Now this Dusknoir, as I'm just confirming now, has got a really high defense and special defense stat, so it basically takes a lot of damage. Not much HP though, and it's actually a physical attacker, I believe, which is very interesting. But there you go. So weakness policy on him. That is crazy. I want to check this guy out. Let's have a look at him. Physical attacking. This is a special attacker, so that's what I thought. And it was choice spec, that's why it was using the Muddy Water constantly. Interesting how both dragging and water, it was not weak to ice or electricity, which is unfortunate. This guy's got no EV spread whatsoever. That's crazy. We got max HP, max attack, really high special defense and defensive stats, and it is wow. It's actually really slow compared to Regice. And yeah, the weakness policy, that's actually really cool. I like that. Brick Break, which obviously buffs its physical attack damage, that's cool. Shadow Sneak, Earthquake, and Poltergeist, that's cool. I like that. And then we also got the Rayquaza, and didn't use Talonflame, which I'm guessing was Galwings. It was. If the user is not holding an item, take that stuff massive damage. So it wasn't holding an item with Tailwind, Taunt, and Protect. All right, well that was an interesting team. That was actually kind of cool. So on towards the next battle, guys. That was a pretty decent battle. I'll put that in the video just because of the fact that, you know, you don't want to just see me winning all the time. That doesn't seem like it's very fair whatsoever, but we're just basically trying to prove whether or not this Nidoking and this team can actually do good. So far so good, guys. Let's keep getting some more battles in and see how well this team fares against maybe a full meta team. Alright guys, so here we go again. We're testing this team out once more. We have got the Whismur, we have got the Yveltal, we have got the Politoed, Regice, Tapu Koko, Nidoking, going into Bronzong, Steelix, Miltank, probably with Rollout, Whiscash, Zacian, I think? No, it's a Zamazenta, sorry, and a Clefable. So, potentially they could be running a Trick Room team here, so we kind of want to run. Who do we want to run first here then? I think we want to lead. See, the Steel is the biggest issue I've got at the moment with this Pokemon. So, Nidoking is a Speedmon. We do have Whismur with Tailwind, but it is got Trick Room as well. I'm thinking maybe just leading the Politoed at this point, and we run the Yveltal possibly, and then potentially in the back we run the Nidoking, anticipating them running out of Trick Room, and then we run the. Do we want to run Tapu Koko at this point? I think we run Regice the back. We'll see what happens here. So depending on what they lead with, if they go for the Trick Room Bronzong, hopefully we can counteract it, or we can sustain long enough that we can still do something. So let's give this a hot crack. This team isn't designed to revolve around Trick Room too much. However, I may alter this team just a little bit in the near future, depending. I don't see many Trick Rooms, like, orientated teams anymore. Most of the time you're seeing Regielekis, you're seeing, what else would you say, you're seeing your Venusaurs, your Charizards, you know, you're seeing these guys all the time, even your Groudons, your Kyogres, so you try to counter those sort of teams, then you get teams like this, and then you're like, ooh, this kind of throws me off a little bit, you know, but anyway, we're gonna see what the go is, and there's my dog playing with his toy again. Get out of here.
Got him!
Alright, so what are we gonna do here? We don't want that to slow them down because they're already slow. I think we just go for the helping hand onto your Yveltal. And I think we just go for Snarl at this point in time, because we know they're gonna go for Trick Rooms. Let's just basically use this turn to basically lower their special attack. And we'll see what happens. Oh, we're going for the Behemoth Bash straight off the bat. So actually, I don't know if he is going for Trick Room anymore. That is a good question. Is he going for Trick Room? Who knows? But anyway, we're going to go for the Snarl. Get big damage onto this Bronzong. No, I actually think that this Zacian is actually a physical attacker, which would be a huge Reaper now. Nope, he went for the Trick Room. So it's going for Trick Room, but my Yveltal is actually slower. So this kind of benefits me a little bit. I think we just basically do that. And I think we just Oblivion Wing this Zacian at this point. I think that's the play. I mean, they might actually do Ally Switch here on the Bronzong if he does that. Now it's going for Light Screen, okay. That's kind of sucky, but that's okay. Go for burn. No burn. So I'm assuming he's going to hit this Yveltal again, so we kind of need to heal up there. Bit unfortunate. I really hope it's... Yep, it's definitely a physical type Pokemon. Yveltal does live, however, which is good still. We could go for Foul Play here, because I definitely outspeed him now. But he could Ally Switch, so if he Ally Switches, then we're in a bit of trouble. I think we anticipate it and go like that. I don't... so that's the problem. The Foul Play is really good. This is a hard one. Because I don't know... I don't really have anything in the back that's going to do anything at this point. If Regieleki comes out now for Yveltal, he gets smacked really hard. It's not very effective either against him. I think we just do Snarl and anticipate where if he does Ally Switch. Oh, no, he's going for Hypnosis. I avoid, which is good. And this Bronzong's dead this turn, which is decent still. I mean, I'm definitely going to use Yveltal here. So that's a bit of an issue. Obviously, running the Foul Play is super nice on the Yveltal, but not being able to hit him is a big problem. So his defense and his special defense fail, which is nice. So now I should be able to come in with Nidoking. However, I definitely know Regieleki is 100% slower, and we got Rain up, which helps Thunder hit. So we could always just try and utilize the fact that the Zamazenta is faster, but he has also got a Steelix, which is a problem. I think the play here is to definitely Icy Wind, probably him. I think we just Thunder the Zamazenta. We hope for a Paralysis, like it's only 10 damage and there's less chance of it hitting, so I think we're just doing that for now. Because they're basically going to try and either double up on this Regieleki. Oop, they're going for the Dynamax on the Steelix. So Steelix, I believe, will probably go first because it is super slow. It might actually one-hit this Regieleki. We're about to find out. Pretty cool looking Pokemon. You don't see many Steelixes around nowadays. Let's see what it does. Alright, let's go for the Max Knuckle. That's going to hurt a bit. Nah, so it's going into Politoed. Trying to buff up that attack damage on that Zamazenta. We'll 100% hit. Isn't enough, unfortunately, but we do get the Paralysis, which is nice. Oh, yes, how good is that? And then we get the score from the Politoed onto the Steelix. And I get the burn as well. That is so awesome. Oh, nobody. What's going on here? I'm going to buff his special defense. Okay. So we buffed his special defense, but he's still burned, so now he's doing half damage, even with the physical attack bonus. So how many turns of this Trick Room do we have left? I definitely think we run Icy Wind this turn. Solely for the fact that the... Oh, no, because we might actually... Oh, no, we definitely want to kill him off here, I think. They've got nothing else now. There's no Trick Room. We want to slow everyone down, but I think the Thunder's pretty important. I think we still hit him with Thunder again. Max Knuckle. Here we go. He really wants to start buffing his Pokemon up. Still does a fair bit of damage. even with the burn. That's because he got a critical hit that time. The paralysis on the Zamazenta saved us that one turn though, which is really good. And that's enough to take him out, which is beautiful. So now we can slow the Steelix down, which we didn't really need to, but we're going to do it anyway. Now that Trick Room's gone, we definitely outspeed with both the Politoed, Regice, I believe. The Nidoking definitely 100% outspeeds, so that's good too. The burn on Steelix is beautiful. Now we're going to see what his last Pokemon is, and we can determine what we want to do here. We can switch Politoed out. Okay, so we got the Clefable. Could be Follow Me one as well. If it's still effective on the Politoed, that's nice. Flash Cannon. Nice to wind. What were we going to use? Scald. Okay, so... because then we can Helping Hand. Yeah, so I think we do that, and with the Regice we switch out for Nidoking. I think that's the play. We want to switch out for Nidoking right now. And we're going to get Dynamax next time with the Nidoking and see what happens. This Nidoking is definitely going to pummel this Steelix into the ground, which would be brilliant. That was such a good thing. To burn this Steelix and get score off was amazing. So the evasiveness on the Clefable. That's interesting. Alright, gets a special defense buff. The Steelix is just trying to build up. So now we can basically get our Nidoking up and go, let's go. Now this guy definitely has a really high defensive buff. I know that. Defensive buff, or a defensive stat I should say. But he is burnt, so he's doing a lot less damage than what he normally would be. The light screen's also gone, which is something else that was also saving them. So we just got to keep that in mind as well. I wish my monitor would stop doing that. Alright, so I think at this point in time, I think we just Helping Hand the Nidoking with Dynamax. And I think we go for Max Quake. Stab move, get the special defensive buffs. And the Clefable will be in a bit of trouble. It does have a lot of evasion at this point in time with that move that he used before, Sharply Rose with the evasion, evasiveness, or whatever you want to call it. That is all fine. My Nidoking was ready to sweep up. Let's put these guys to bed, Nidoking. You're a big boy. It's going to get Helping Hand. That's why we left the Politoed in there instead of trying to switch out for Drizzle. And then it will 100% outspeed with Max Quake. And still let's go see Nara. I just realized too that because my Nidoking's actually a special attacker, it ignores the defensive buff of the Steelix. Obviously it had the special defensive buff from the Quake it used earlier, but that is fun. Let's have a look. So we got, up here is the Cosmic Power. This guy is just buffing up super big time. Well, this Clefable's going to be hard to hit or to finish off, unfortunately, but we're going to try and go for some cool little things. So we don't necessarily need to worry about the Ice Wind anymore. We could go for a Scald, or we could just really try and help out. I think we just help out this Nidoking at this point. We're going to max Ooze. We're going to keep buffing our special attack up as well. This will allow Nidoking to start sweeping a little bit harder. Super effective against the Clefable. That's a stab move. So basically that Clefable would have died without a special defensive buff. So basically next time we finish him off, and that is GG's. Still running the Regice full HP in the back. Nidoking. Oh, there's the Moonlight, so he's coming out. Decided, okay, times. Oh, nope, he's going to heal up, is he? And that's game, my man. That is game. I do not see any other way for this guy to come back in. I think we ensure just Helping Hand, secure the win, and just max Ooze the Clefable to finish this game off. Meanwhile, Politoed is still healing back up with the leftovers, which is awesome. This team is actually starting to take some shape now. Obviously, I'm not sure how it's going to go against, you know, your Regilekis and stuff like that, but obviously Nidoking against a Regieleki is nice. Can't use his electric moves on me being ground type. And that's it. We win the game pretty comfortably. So, from what I'm seeing so far, guys, this team isn't too bad at all. There's a lot of different ways you can maneuver. If you'd like me to put this team up on YouTube, or sorry, not on YouTube, as in a rental code, if you'd like me to do that, then let me know. If you've got any ideas or tips you want me to tweak this team, then by all means let me know. I'm just going to go into rental teams right now. We're going to just have a quick look at the team. Probably should have done this at the start, but that's okay. We're going to do it right now at the end of the video. And we're going to go manage teams to share, and we're going to put it right here. We're going to call it, it's called Rock Hard, believe it or not. Alright, so we're going to go, let's check it out. So we've got West Muscat with the, actually just because my webcam's still too big. West Muscat, Pranks, the Focus Sash, Energy Ball, Moonblast, Trick Room, Tailwind. The idea with the Trick Room is to, sometimes you can even run it in and anticipate them using Trick Room, and then you can, I would probably say Trick Room first, I'm guessing because of the Prankster thing over the Bronzong, and then basically revert the Trick Room back to normal again so that your Fastmon like Tapu Koko or whoever's next you can still sweep, like Nidoking, etc. You can also Run the Politoed to utilize its Drizzle to negate fire damage against Pokemon that are trying to kill off the Regice. So you could lead Regice Politoed unless they do lead the Torkoal, unfortunately. And if you think they've got a Torkoal, then you just run Politoed in the back and first turn switch in Politoed to negate the Drought. Helping Hand, obviously, as it's in that last game with the Nidoking's really good too. Tapu Koko's, Thunder Punch, Iron Head, U-turn Light Screen. Obviously, it's a physical attacking mod, but obviously the Light Screen helps out in other ways as well. Then your battle's basically built to ensure that the Snarl obviously debuffs their special attacking stats so that they can't completely sweep you. Foul Play is really good against Pokemon like Galestria Ice, like K-Rex Ice, sorry. Obviously, Oblivion Wing is to sustain, bulk, everything like that, and then the Sucker Punch also does well there too. Obviously, the stab move and a priority move as well. And the Regice is a bit of a meme with the Zap Cannon, Thunder, Flash Cannon, and Icy Wind. Obviously, the Icy Wind is most of the time it's used just generally to like lower the speed. Obviously with the Politoed as well, you want to lower the speed back down to hopefully under the Nidoking and whatnot. Obviously if you get Tailwind up on the first turn, you can basically switch in the Regice and start smacking with Icy Wind, and then they're basically just going to be debuffed for a long period of time, unless obviously they've got a flying type Pokemon, which then they can use Max S-Stream. Ockerberry Clear Body on the Regice. I obviously built the Regice originally to use in a different team, but we're not using that in that team anymore as it was run with a Alolan Sandslash. And then lastly, but not leastly, we have got the main physical hitter on my team, which is Nidoking with Sheer Force Life Orb. So obviously Sheer Force ignores or disregards the special secondary effect of each move. So obviously you're not going to get the burn from the Scorching Sands or the Sludge Waves poison or whatever, but it does a significant amount more extra damage, which is 1.3, and it does not take damage from the Life Orb, I believe. It may have, I couldn't remember actually from watching those games. I'll have to check after this video, but I believe the secondary effects do not work with Life Orb, so you'll still do the extra damage as well as the Sheer Force's extra damage. And like I said, you just Dynamax Nidoking on the first turn, preferably, or like either way, you just want to Dynamax him and you want to start buffing his special attack with Sludge Wave in Max Ooze, or his Max Quake buffing his special defense as well against special attacking hitters on the opposing team. So that's basically it there, guys. Team IDs at the bottom of the screen, as you can see there. Thank you so much for watching the video today. I'll just spruce back up there real quick so you can actually see me. If you would like to see any particular Pokemon used in my teams in the near future, do not hesitate to put them in the comments below. I love listening to my viewers. I love hearing new ideas. I am an anti-meta team. However, if it gets to the point that I want to run some sort of meta-ish team, like I don't mind using meta Pokemon to a certain extent, but just keep in mind that I like running, you know, whether it's 3 or 4 Pokemon that are non-meta and maybe 1 or 2 that are meta. That's why the Whisper Scott's there. But ideally, running a lot of Pokemon that don't get used every day, like, I don't want to be using your Regielekis all the time, or your Venusaurs, or, or whatever, or your Landorus's and stuff like that, I like variety, I like something that's different. So, if you got anything like that, then definitely hit me up. If you want to contact me in Discord as well, my Discord link will be in the description below. And lastly but not leastly, make sure you hit that comment, like, and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Until next time, keep it real. It's your boy Demise going out. Bye.